The first time I went out to Ohio to tune the TL, the '04 TL, it was, I was going to be dealing with people I've never dealt with before, under different circumstances. So I was not only had to deal with the engineers from Panasonic, but more importantly, the engineers from Acura, and I was nervous about that. I didn't know what they thought about me. I didn't know them, were they going to be accepting of what I do, and how I do it. And there were no rules or guidelines at this point. And going out to Ohio the first time, it was like, I was almost like at home, because the engineers from Acura were so cool and so, so easy to work with, and they just wanted a great sounding system. And I think they understood this was going to be something different than they'd ever had in any car, and that anybody else had ever had in any car. So it was a great experience. I mean, it was a learning experience for me, because I didn't understand the way it worked. I remember saying initially when I saw the TL for the first time, I said, well, why don't we have two more speakers back here? And they looked at me and laughed, like, well, that's not an easy thing to do. Automotive real estate is difficult for safety reasons or whatever. You just can't do that. You want two more speakers. Also cost reasons. I'm going, what's the problem here? Let's just put two more speakers back here. So it was a huge learning experience for me. That there's a lot of cost stuff in here, but we still came out with something that was unbelievable. That first car, nobody had ever heard anything like it, and like even my industry, this is the first time that anybody from music industry had gotten involved in anything like this. So it was a big deal. And my peers, listened in the car and were blown away by it. Like they'd never had a car sound like this. So now the whole concept of referencing, music out in the car had much, much greater meaning.